You get your paycheck, pay a few bills, treat yourself to something small, and suddenly the money is gone. Has that ever happened to you? The truth is, how much you earn matters less than how you manage it. Today, I'm going to show you exactly how I handle my money on payday, using a simple and effective method. If you want to take real control of your finances, make sure to watch until the end. And don't forget to like and subscribe, because it really helps the channel. Let's get started. The importance of financial management. Many people think that the key to a stable financial life is earning more money, but that's not entirely true. There are people who earn very high salaries but are still in debt, while others, with more modest incomes, manage to build wealth and live comfortably. The difference? It's all about how the money is managed. Knowing exactly how much comes in, how much goes out, and where every penny is spent is a key to building a secure financial future. After all, money may not buy happiness, but the lack of it can certainly bring a lot of stress. Balancing living in the present and planning for the future is essential. It doesn't make sense to save everything and live a life of deprivation, nor to spend everything without thinking about tomorrow. The secret lies in the middle ground, a smart financial plan that allows you to enjoy life without compromising your future. And for that, there's a simple method I follow every month on payday. I'll show you in the next topic. 3-step financial management method. Having a clear method for managing your money makes all the difference. Many people receive their paycheck and start paying bills randomly without a plan, only to realize they're out of money halfway through the month. To avoid this, I follow a simple 3-step process. Define your monthly income. Know exactly how much money you have available. Divide your budget into categories. Ensure every dollar has a purpose. Monitor and adjust. Track your spending and make corrections when necessary. This structure ensures I never spend more than I can afford and always have money for what truly matters. And the best part? You can do this with a simple spreadsheet without needing any fancy apps. Creating your own financial tracking spreadsheet. You can set up a spreadsheet in Excel or Google Sheets with just 3 columns. Description: what is the expense or income? Amount: how much is it? Category: essential, leisure, or future. At the end of the month, simply add up each category to see where your money is going and whether your spending is balanced. With this basic control, you'll already be way ahead of most people. Now that we have the structure of the method, let's move on to the first step: defining your monthly income. Defining your monthly income. Before you start spending, the first step is to know exactly how much money you have available. Many people only consider their fixed salary, but the truth is, your income can come from different sources. Here's how I define my monthly income. Main salary, the fixed amount I receive from my job. Side gigs or freelance work. Any additional income, such as consulting or side projects. Investments, dividends, fixed income earnings, rental income, etc. Now, it's important to remember that the amount that hits your account isn't necessarily what you can spend. Before setting your budget, you need to consider taxes and contributions. If you're self-employed, you need to set aside a portion for taxes and Social Security. Automatic deductions, such as private pension plans, health insurance, or any other direct salary deductions. After these adjustments, you'll have your real net income, the amount that can be allocated to expenses, leisure, and investments. In the next topic, I'll show you how I strategically divide this money using a simple system called the 3FS. Dividing your budget into 3 categories, 3FS. Now that we know how much money we have available, it's time to divide it strategically. I follow a simple approach called the 3FS. Fundamental essential. Mandatory expenses that ensure your survival and well-being. Fun leisure. Money set aside for leisure and quality of life. Future you, savings and investments for your long-term goals. Let's break each one down. Fundamental essential. This includes all the expenses you can't avoid, such as rent or mortgage payments, utilities, water, electricity, internet and phone bills, transportation, fuel, bus or subway fares, basic groceries, and supermarket shopping. These expenses usually make up the largest part of the budget, so it's essential to keep them under control. Fun leisure. Money isn't just for paying bills. You should also set aside a portion for what makes you happy. Outings, restaurants, and travel. Streaming subscriptions, books, hobbies. Personal purchases, clothes, electronics, etc. The key is to maintain a healthy balance. Enjoying life without compromising your financial stability. Future you. This is the money you set aside to ensure a secure and comfortable future. This includes investments, stock market, fixed income, real estate funds, emergency fund, retirement savings. This is the money that will give you financial freedom in the future. The sooner you start investing, the better. In the next topic, I'll show you a practical formula for dividing these amounts in the best way possible. The 50/30/20 rule. The 50/30/20 rule. Now that you know the 3 F's of budgeting, the question arises, how much should I allocate to each category? One of the most well-known and effective formulas for this is the 50/30/20 rule. It suggests dividing your money as follows. 50% for essential expenses fundamental. Everything you need to live, such as housing, food, and transportation. 30% for leisure and lifestyle fun. Entertainment, hobbies, travel, and small luxuries. 20% for investments in future you. Emergency savings and building wealth. Practical example. If your monthly net income is 5,000 Brazilian reals, the breakdown would look like this. 2,500 Brazilian reals for rent, bills, and essential expenses. 1,500 Brazilian reals for leisure, subscriptions, and personal purchases. 1,000 Brazilian reals for investments and savings. But what if my reality is different? The 50/30/20 rule isn't set in stone. It needs to be adapted to your situation. If you have a lot of debt, you may need to allocate more than 20% to paying it off. If your income is lower, you might need to cut back on leisure spending. The key is to have a realistic and sustainable plan. In the next topic, I'll show you how to track these expenses in a practical way and avoid surprises at the end of the month. Tracking and automating payments. Having a financial plan is great, but it only works if you regularly track your spending. Many people create a budget but end up forgetting to monitor it. And by the end of the month, they realize they've spent way more than they should have. To avoid this, I follow 2 essential steps. Track your spending regularly. Remember the simple spreadsheet I taught you earlier? Now is the time to use it to track your expenses throughout the month. You can use one of these methods. Manual tracking. Whenever you make a purchase, record it in the spreadsheet. Review bank statements weekly. Check your transactions and categorize your expenses. Use financial apps. If you prefer more convenience, apps can sync your accounts and log everything automatically. The key is to build a habit of knowing exactly where your money is going. Automate payments whenever possible. The second step is to avoid forgetting or missing deadlines. I set up automatic payments for fixed bills, water, electricity, internet, rent, etc., loan or debt installments, monthly investments, funds, stocks, retirement plans, etc. This way, I avoid late fees and ensure my financial strategy stays on track. In the next topic, we'll talk about how to review your budget at the end of the month and make adjustments to continuously improve your financial health. End-of-month adjustments. Creating a budget is just the first step. The real magic happens when you analyze and adjust your spending regularly. At the end of each month, I follow a simple process to ensure I'm on the right track. Review spending and compare it to the budget. The first step is to open my spreadsheet and check. Did I stay within the plan limits for each category? Were there any unexpected expenses? Did any category have leftover funds? If the numbers align with the plan, great. If not, it's time to understand what happened. Identify overspending and waste. Sometimes, small expenses can go unnoticed and compromise your budget. Ask yourself, were there any impulse purchases that could have been avoided? Is there a service or subscription that no longer makes sense to keep? Can I renegotiate or reduce any fixed expenses? These adjustments make a huge difference in the long run. Reallocate the budget for the next month. Based on the analysis of the current month, I make small changes to improve my financial management. If I notice I'm spending too much on leisure and not enough on investing, I adjust to balance things better. If I see leftover money in any category, I reallocate it to a more important one. The idea is that your financial plan should be dynamic and adapt as your reality changes. The idea is that your financial plan should be dynamic and adapt as your reality changes. So, what did you think of these strategies? With a little discipline and organization, you can transform your financial life and finally take full control of your money. If this content helped you, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who also needs to get their finances in order.